Hello, and welcome to ISP 6Figure Realtor podcast. I'm Bibi Bengochea, 6Figure Realtor, best-selling author of Realtor 90 Day Kickstart, the guide to earn 6 figures with the intuitive selling process. I'm your coach and founder of the intuitive selling process. This podcast will teach you to think outside the box. ISP, intuitive selling process, is law of attraction meets real estate, bringing you an array of top-producing realtors, entrepreneurs, and successful people who think outside the box. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 8. Yay! So far, 8 episodes plus my introduction for the podcast, ISP 6Figure Realtor. Think outside the box. It's incredible, this journey that I started with the podcast, and that all of you have been hearing it, and I appreciate each listening and following and reviews that you've been giving the podcast. It truly brings me a lot of happiness to be able to have this platform, to have this moment that we can connect. So today's podcast is going to be about law of attraction and the 6-figure realtor. Many of you have been able to participate in this free workshop that I have. I teach this at local real estate organizations and also offices, and it is a free workshop. So if you are interested, stay tuned. At the end of this podcast, I will give you information if you want to book this actual workshop for a group of 10 or more. But we're going to jump right into talking about the law of attraction in our business in real estate and how we can manifest actual transactions and guide buyers and ourselves to just be happier people, or even work through challenges and transactions. Because let's be honest with each other, real estate has a lot of details and intricacies that we have to deal with to make things happen for the buyers, the sellers, investors, if we're working with developers. Whatever niche you have in the business, there's a lot of dynamic that goes on, and there's a lot of energies from different parties that you have to deal with, coming even from title companies to inspections to, husband, wives, kids, financing, banks, representatives. And let's be honest, everybody has something going on in their lives. Especially right now, we're living in very interesting times, and there's so many changes, so many different opinions. How do you handle people's sporadic energies? You don't know what they're going through in their life. You may be going something through your life. So this podcast is really going to talk about the essential part of law of attraction, meditation, and our strategy as we work. Okay. And I'm going to walk you through different sections. And in part of this podcast, I'm also going to read to you chapter 4 in my book. It's called Inside View, which actually has a meditation. And I'm also going to invite you to become part of a page in Facebook where you can go ahead and post the first day of your meditation, and every day in that post, make a comment. And if you do the meditation for 31 days, I will give you an actual gift for completing a continuous 31-day meditation. It sounds easy to do, but when you go to the page, there's people that started, but they don't finish it. And it's very interesting because meditation is the center of focusing on what you want to attract. And I don't know why. It makes us feel good. Why don't we do it every day? It's kind of like that process that you know what you have to do, but why don't you do it, right? It's that craziness within us ourselves that we get in our own way, which is what my chapter 1 is in my book. And I myself have to kind of relate to myself that I know certain things to do, and I'm like asking myself, why don't I do that if I know that makes me feel good, right? It's the beast in the nature and the beast. I don't know how I said it backwards, but anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. So law of attraction really starts with essentials that you have to have in your business. And being that you have to write your intentions down and align them to what you want to attract in your life. You can say all day that you want to be a 6-figure or 7-figure realtor, but if you don't have that mapped out, I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be extremely hard to actually attract that into your life. I just had like an epiphany last week on a situation that happened to me with an actual client, and it opened up a new way I am going to be moving forward in my business. And this happened to me through a meditation. So I'm constantly preaching, even if you could only breathe consciously for 3 minutes, which is what the exercise that I'm going to invite you to do and teach you how to do it. I'm going to walk you through the actual exercise. It brings so much value. And I wish, my intention is that I get you guys to actually start doing your meditations and begin doing this every 3 minutes every day, so you can create a habit in connecting with your breath and focusing on what your vision and your intention is in your business. So let's get right into it. Enough of the introduction. And I'm totally loving this because this is really the first podcast I do without a guest. And this chapter is very, very special to me because it's your inside view to you, right? And actually manifesting the law of attraction and bringing out that 6-figure realtor or even 7-figure realtor if you're working on that in you, okay? And it first begins with you. In order for you to give something to somebody, you have to have it. And our business, like I said, you have to be that rock for many people. I had, like today, I was in a transaction. I had all different parties calling me. And at one point, I was like, wow, I'm really that rock for people, that stability. So I can't lose it. And we do have things going on in our lives. So if I wasn't meditating or had these tools, I'd go crazy. So, all right, so here we go. You want to take a sheet of paper, and if you're just listening to this, you can replay it again. But you want to take a sheet of paper, and you want to write certain things down. First thing is, since the pandemic happened, your business has shifted. So you need to work differently, by all means. Okay. With that said, do a revise of your business plan. If you don't have one, get one done. And if you haven't already requested a free 30-minute session with me, it's a value of $125 that I'm giving to you. So make sure you do that if you need a little bit of guidance how to do this. So 1, take a sheet of paper. You need to revise your business plan. 2, you also need to write down what you want to project and earn in the next 12 months. It's really important for you to know those numbers. As a CEO of your own company, you have to. It's imperative that you know exactly what you want to earn in the next 12 months. You have to visualize that number. So let's do an exercise right now. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Exhale. And what is that number that you visualize? Open your eyes and write that number down on the paper. Is it 250? Is it 100,000? Is it 120? Is it 750? Is it 850? Is it 950? What number is that you want to actually generate as income in your business in the next 12 months? Write that down, okay? So 1, we're going to do the business plan. 2, you just wrote right now with a very quick breathing in and out exercise, focusing on your 12-month income. And the third thing you need to do is actually create a digital marketing plan. And I say digital marketing because it's not just social media. There's a lot of different aspects to social media. There's different accounts. You've got Facebook. You've got Facebook groups. If you don't have a group, write that down. You need to create a group, right? You've got the dynamic of your profile, your personal profile. You also have the ability to go lives. You also have the ability to do watch parties, right? So you have to go ahead and plan out your social media marketing calendar, which is your digital marketing. Then connect it with your Instagram, connect it with your YouTube, connect it with your TikTok, connect it with your LinkedIn, and set that out for the next 12 months, right? So there's a lot of work you want to put in. And remember, that energy that you put in to actually getting this done is going to be the essential part of your business to actually manifest that number that you visualized. It's so important. Not a lot of people talk about this in our business. They really don't. They just kind of like go right over it. And then they go into the cold calling, or they go into the list and calling expired listings. You really need to set out a plan. The next thing that I talk about in Law of Attraction and the 6-Figure Realtor is I also talk about, you need to know if you're going to, how many listings you're going to get and how many buyers you're going to work with. Most of you and most people have a listing presentation, but many of you do not have a buyer's presentation. I actually just did an IGTV video with a nurse that I'm helping out. It's in Spanish, but it's a nurse that I'm helping out. She felt more comfortable doing it in Spanish, but there's presentations I do all day long for my team and I that I go ahead and I have the buyer sign the EBBA, which is the Exclusive Brokerage Buyer's Agreement, right? That's another thing in your business. If you're not getting people to commit to you in the state of Florida, the seller pays the commission. In other states, depending where you're at, it might be that the buyer has to pay you if you're representing the buyer. But regardless, they need to commit to you. If they're going to work with you, you are a professional. You're giving value. Make sure that you do a great presentation that also explains, like in these times right now, I had to go through procedures of how to stay safe. I need to explain to them and set expectations. You need to be 6 feet away from me. When we're at the actual showings. If, I actually do first a virtual showing, let's take it back. First, the interview I do online so that we have to limit like that contact. So we do it online and it's super comfortable. People, after they do it, that's why I did the testimony. They were like so comfortable doing it from the comfort of their home because they didn't have to travel or drive or do this. But because of the times we're living right now, people have been in quarantine. So this is the method I've been using even before COVID-19 came in, okay? So they go ahead and on this actual presentation, when the presentation finishes, they actually sign the EBBA right there. Once they do that, we go through other logistics that I have as far as working with buyers. And basically, then I set expectations of what to expect in the showings. Make sure I tell them, listen, bring a mask, bring, your gloves, because there's many people that go through these properties. And it's not every time that when you go into a property, people sanitize it. Let's be honest, it's going to be kind of hard to do that. So what I do is I take a little spray bottle, spray things around, have my gloves. I mean, it's all process to show properties nowadays and, to even set up and educate people even how to use Zoom. That's one of the essentials that I have to also go through. You have to become that teacher and guide people. You are the professional. You're the one that's guiding people. So these are very important practices to have in your business right now regarding, COVID and your business. So in your detail of your business plan, you need to make sure what you list, how many EBBAs you're going to get signed. Well, that comes to a number of how many people do you need to get in front of in the next 30 days to actually have 3, 4, 5 contracts or whatever that goal is, depending on the income you want to make. So you're kind of getting the picture of what I'm talking about, right? That's regarding your business plan and your numbers. So you've got buyers and you've got listings and you've got different things. Depending on what your niche is, you might work with investors. So you might, be flipping homes for investors and actually finding properties. Everybody has a different niche in our business. And whatever that niche is or whatever you are working at, you need to put that in that paper and reformat it and educate people moving forward so that we're consciously doing this to keep each other safe and continuing to stimulate our economy, because we all need to continue to work, right? That's super important. And as we slowly open up and the whole world opens up, we are going to find ways, and there's going to be different ways we'll be doing business. So make sure that you also do that digital marketing plan. And again, if you need help with all these things, I'm going to just revert you back. You can go ahead and request your 30-minute session, okay? All right. So now that we've got that out of the way, if you want to know more about the Law of Attraction 6-Figure Realtor, if you have a group of 10 or more in your office or even friends, you can actually, book the actual event, or the local real estate board of realtors in Miami-Dade County offers it, and Broward County. And if in your county you don't have the class there yet, please let them know and they can contact me so that they can book me and you can participate. And it's also done virtually if they like, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're in a different state, California, Texas, Arizona, Jersey, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, whatever state or even whatever country you're in, you can actually take this actual free workshop. All right. Next, we are going to now go into the chapter that I was talking to you about, that I walk you through the actual meditation. And actually manifesting these numbers is focusing on you every day, because you need to be in alignment in order for you to be that rock, right? That center of strength for the transaction, that clarity that you have to have, that peace of mind, so that you are a neutral party to different type of emotional ups and downs that people experience in this whole real estate. There's many times that we get calls with fires that we have to put out, either the inspection report came in, or there's an extension that has to be asked for, or there might be a contingency on the financing, or maybe the program changed and there's a requirement different for the buyer. There's so many different situations that can pop up, but you need to be that calm in the storm. It's so important that you're that calm in the storm, because not only is stress bad for us, but it could actually impede our health. And it's so important for our health and our immune system to be doing well in these days, that I feel that this chapter, if anything that you do get from this book, is learning how to actually just breathe consciously for 3 minutes. And it's a very simple exercise. It's not hard to do at all. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading to you Chapter 4, Inside View. One of my favorite books is Loving What Is by Byron Katie, which she asks you 4 questions that lead to the shift in your personal perspective. A quote I love from the book is, "If it's not the problem that causes our suffering, it's our thinking about the problem." In this chapter, you will begin to do the work, taking an inside view of yourself that will help you change your perspective in the business. In the real estate business, you won't come across many books that merge law of attraction and real estate. I know because this book is a fusion of my personal journey and the work I did to change my state of mind using the principles of law of attraction in my real estate business. Preparing the framework to your success begins with your mind and thought process. Therefore, the mind, emotions, and thoughts must all align before you can manifest your desires. Once this happens, the real estate skills you apply will be more effective in your business. It's what the Realtor 90-Day Kickstart is about. The book allows you to incorporate the ISP, which is when the magic happens. In this chapter, I will walk you through an important step in your personal growth. It's very important you do not skip this process in the book. The chapter includes 31 days of journal pages you can use for your daily 3-minute breathing meditation for the next 31 days. Doing this daily meditation will play an important role in assisting you to manifest earning over 6 figures selling homes. Please note that there is a guided meditation on YouTube that you can follow daily. The ISP 5 visualization meditation. First, you will need the following to do this exercise. 2, a timer. Your smartphones have a timer. 3, a quiet space. 4, 8 ounces of water. And 5, 1 green, 1 black, and 1 blue ink pen. And 6, a sheet of paper. So here we go. Please take a sheet of paper and use the illustration as an example. Take the piece of paper and you will write in the first line and skip a line. Number 2, skip a line. Number 3, skip a line. Number 4, skip a line. And number 5, skip a line. Step 1. Let go of what does not serve you. Write down with a black ink pen 5 things you do not like in your life right now. Skip a line in between each one as you write. The things you write will help us design the things you want to have in your life. Just follow me here and stay open-minded. Everything you will write will be a belief system that you currently believe to be true, but will be able to transform. Step 2. Know what's your why. Ask yourself this. What's my why? What motivates me to get up every morning? This will help you understand many things about yourself and why you desire to be and want to be successful. Why is it important for you to earn 6 figures? The most important part of this book is knowing your why. It's the essence that will make everyone around you connect to you. When you work with buyers, sellers, and investors, they feel your energy. It's important for you to be able to connect with yourself first. If you cannot connect with yourself, how will you connect with others? Sounds tricky, but the process is quite simple. Next, in your paper, right under the area you wrote the 5 things you do not like, write the word with a black ink pen in a big capital letters and place a big circle around it. Be authentic with yourself and pass no judgment. Once you complete this, please continue to read. Step 3, positive thinking. Thinking positive thoughts can change your breathing pattern and state of mind. When our minds think happy thoughts, good things start to happen. An example of this is when you say to yourself, I can do this. By saying this, you create a positive affirmation which attracts positive outcomes. Positive thinking is the key to the exercise that will be part of the new perspective. Under the circle where you put the why, please write with a green ink pen the 5 most important things that are important to you and make you very happy. Now we can move on to completing the meditation. Quiet the mind. In this section, I will show you how to connect with your breath, quiet your mind. This exercise will be part of the subtle shift you will make. If you've never done meditation before, no worries. There's always a first time for everything. If you have meditated before, you're in for a sweet treat. Now, find your quiet space where you can lie down on your back with your palms facing up, or sit down at your desk at home or in the office and begin the meditation. Set your smartphone on a timer to 3 minutes. Make sure that your timer is set to a calming alert. Bringing your attention to your breath. As you inhale through your nose, your stomach expands like a balloon. And as you exhale, your belly contracts all the way back into your spine. Continue to do this with your eyes closed for 3 minutes. Here, you will experience a calm energy and work on activating your intuition. Once you completed the 3 minutes, please drink 8 ounces of water and continue reading below. I'm going to pause here that I'm reading the chapter, and I'm going to actually guide you through the meditation verbally. So I'm going to set a timer right now on my phone, and we are going to do this together, okay? This is what's great about the podcast. All right. So what I want you to do is sit up tall. If you're sitting, I want you to relax your hands on your thighs. If you're laying down, just lay down, palms are up. And I want you to focus your attention on your breath, okay? As you breathe in, because most of us don't breathe correctly, we have what's called shallow breathing. What you want to do is focus on the breath just for 3 minutes, okay? So follow me along this exercise. If you're laying down, palms are facing up, relax your face, relax your jaw. If you're sitting up, do the same. And if you're sitting up, slightly tilt your chin forward and feel that your spine starts aligning straight, as if someone's pulling a string from the base of your spine all the way to the top of your head. Closing your eyes, bringing your eyes attention between your right between your eyes, which is what we call the third eye. Bring the attention to your eyes, close your eyes, relax your face, relax your shoulders. As you inhale, expand your belly like a balloon. As you exhale, contract your belly button all the way back to your spine. And continue doing this with me for 3 minutes. As you inhale health. As you exhale, any pain you're feeling. Inhale prosperity, expanding your belly. Exhale stress. Inhale wealth. Exhale worries. And continue breathing in as you expand your belly. And as you exhale, bringing that belly button all the way back to the spine. And keep on following your breath. As you breathe in, think something positive. As you breathe out, let go of any negative feelings or thoughts. As you breathe in, you allow to expand in your life. And as you breathe out, you let go of any thoughts that don't serve you. And you continue this flow of breath, breathing in, visualizing that number that you wrote. As you exhale, letting go of the past. As you breathe in again, bring in light to your life. And as you breathe out, let go of any darkness. As you breathe in, you bring in happiness. And as you breathe out, anything that doesn't serve you. And continue breathing in positivity. And as you exhale, letting go of what does not serve you. Relaxing your body as you breathe in and out. letting your body feel less stressed, become more light, feeling better, healing your mind, healing your body, giving yourself that time to just be with yourself. Inhaling in and exhaling out, and following this positive pattern to oxygenate your body, your cells, and rejuvenate. Have more clarity. Inhaling in, exhaling out, and continue with the breath. And slowly take a deep breath in. Slowly take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. And exhale. Great. Slowly open your eyes. And I will continue to read from the book. Welcome back. You've now completed the first day of your daily 3-minute deep breathing meditation for the next 31 days. Now we continue with the visualization part of it. Take a piece of paper and look at it. As you look at that piece of paper, I want you to write your why inside the circle. So take your piece of paper and write your why inside the circle. I also want you to take the actual paper and there under you have a circle in the middle. You wrote your why, right? I want you under that circle to write topics 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and write the 5 things that are most important to you. So take that time if you need to pause, and write the 5 most important things in your life right now to you in those 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will resume reading from the book. Now that you've done that, then slowly open your eyes and read your why. And then the 5 things that are most important to you. I want you to go to the 5 statements you wrote of the things that you don't like and cross them out with the blue ink pen. Then write with the blue ink pen 5 things that you do want in the spaces that you left in between. So pause this podcast, go ahead and take the time to write in those blank spaces. You cross out the first thing that you don't want in your life, and under that, you replace it with what you do want, and do that continuously with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you're ready, come back to the podcast and press play. Finally, close your eyes and visualize the 5 new things you just wrote that you want, and take 3 long, deep breaths. Inhale in, exhale out through your nose. Inhale in, exhale out. Inhale in, exhale out. Now, visualize yourself having the 5 new things that you want in your life and how they make you feel. Do the same for your why and for the 5 most important things that make you happy. Once you're done, open your eyes slowly and write on the back of the paper in green pen the first word that comes to your mind. Now for the next 31 days, you will breathe mindfully for 3 minutes while visualizing the following. Number 1, your why. 2, the 5 most important things that make you happy. 3, 5 things you want. This is essential to do for 31 days straight without missing a day. If you miss a day, you restart the 31-day countdown. Congratulations! You have just completed the first step to achieving your highest vibrational good and start manifesting your desires. Observe in the next 31 days how the 5 things you dislike start to change and fade away. Give your attention to the process as you start to attract the things you do want and activate the most important things you love and make you happy. Also, as an experiment, I invite you to journal in this book, in the pages provided in the next 31 days, how your life begins to slowly change and become more positive. Here's a 31-day challenge for you. Join our Facebook group page and just create a post titled My 31-Day ISP 5 Visualization Meditation. Make daily comments on it. And if you complete the 31 days and comment every day on your post, you will receive a surprise gift. So now that I read you the chapter, I just want to recap what you just did. You completed a full visualization technique that I walked you through along with your 3 deep breathing, okay? So you don't have to repeat this whole process of writing it because you already did it for the next 30 days now. All you need to do is visualize, like I mentioned, in your mind, your why, because it's your center of intention. The 5 most important things that make you happy and the 5 things that you want. And in subtle changes, if you do this consecutively without missing a day, you can't miss a day because if you do, you need to start all over again. That's the technique. And I just go into my Facebook and request to be added to the group. All you have to do is request and I add you to the group and put your post of today that you just did this. And then every day when you finish your 3-minute breathing, you could do it in the morning, you could do it at lunch, you could do it at any time during the day. Just make sure you do it every day. Make sure that you write a comment on that one post you did. So it's not to create a new post every day. It's to actually make one post and then every day go in that one post you made and make a comment. And if you do that for 31 days straight, I will give you a gift. But the real gift that you're going to receive by doing this is the gift that you're going to give to yourself. You're going to be that rock, that center for your buyers, for your sellers, for your family, for yourself. It's so life-changing when you tap into meditation. It's so powerful. I always say praying is talking to God. And, you may not believe in God or not. I do. Or whatever your higher source is. But meditation is letting God talk to you or the universe come to you or manifestation actually take its course. It's very, very powerful. And it's a discipline that needs to be created on a daily basis. So I encourage you to take this journey so that you can really have clarity in your transactions, clarity in when you're working with, organizing your business plan, all the tasks that you have to create as an individual, not only in your business, but probably in your personal life as well. We all have many goals, personal goals and business goals. And meditation really gives you that clarity. It really does. It serves, and it's just 3 minutes a day, guys. It's so important to feel good. When you feel good, you're at a higher vibration. You attract things. When you're not feeling well, you're at a low vibration. So the job here is to constantly have you feeling good, thinking happy thoughts. If something in your life right now is not going right, whatever the situation might be, if you just bring your thoughts to something general, something that makes you happy, like even that 3-minute breath, you are bringing a vibration to you to attract things to you. That is the essential key to the law of attraction. When I've had in my personal life situations that are maybe not the most pleasant, my success has been able to go to this sweet spot and get away from it all to be able to attract what I want. I am not immune to having problems or differences with people or situations, but I can tell you I am blessed that I've used these tools and it's been part of my success. And any time that I have faced any challenge, when I tap into this really deep, I actually 10x what I need to do. And this is why I share this important part of this process with you in this chapter 4 in my book. And I even teach this class, Law of Attraction and the 6Figure Realtor, because it's so essential for us to really be at a place where we are feeling good about ourselves. We are feeling a sense of peace and clarity. You need to have clarity in our business. There's a lot of moving pieces in real estate. And as an agent, you have to bring all the moving pieces together to line them up and connect the dots to actually close a deal. If you're new to the business, welcome. If you are a veteran in the business, you totally know what I'm talking about. If you do residential, commercial, I've done both. And I primarily do new construction business. I specialize in new construction sales. That is my niche. I have people that do different niches that work with retired people or second homes. There's a lot of different people. I think Joshua Smith is for second-time home buyers and different realtors out there. I've been in the business for over 27 years. And again, I also was, for some of you that don't know me, and this is the first time you hear me, but I used to be a mortgage underwriter. So I have a very strong financial background in the business. And I tend to work with most buyers. I have in my career worked with sellers and in different parts of the business. But for right now, I've been doing new construction sales. And I love it because it's just another niche that I've created for myself. You need to know what your niche is. What is your branding? What is your specialty? That's really important. And through these little 3-minute breathing exercises, when you do it, believe it or not, answers will come to you. You know, it's not exactly when you want it. It's when the universe or God sends it to you. You just have to be patient enough to be consistent with your breathing and keep on task and everything that you're doing in your business. So again, make sure that you do your business plan. Make sure you write that out. And, you know, if you need to revamp it and restructure it and reorganize it because of how things are going, then you need to do that. The other thing I wanted to mention to you is in the book, if you haven't received the book and you've been listening to the podcast, just make sure you request it. In my Instagram handle, I have a link in my bio. And I also have it in the actual Facebook group page. But just go to my Instagram and it's at BB Bengochea. So I'm going to spell that out for you. B as in boy, B as in boy, B as in boy, Engochea. It's actually in the description here. And the link for the meditation group is there. For the My 31-day meditation link is there. And also for the free book, And once you request a free book, you will be prompted to request a session that is a value of $125. And I'm willing to give that to you to help you grow your business. But the most important part is that you have to take action. It's not just listening to this podcast. Life is about taking action, putting things in place, setting dates. That's another thing I teach at this workshop. You need to set deadlines. When am I going to get my business plan done? By such date. When am I going to do this? When am I going to go to BB and follow her and request this from her? Today. You gotta put certain dates in the business. When am I going to make these the next 12 months? By such date, I'm going to earn this amount of money. You have to make affirmations and intentions, and then your actions need to align with your intentions, right? Your actions need to align with those intentions you have. Because if not, then they're only wishes that you have. Okay? So manifestation, law of attractions work with actions that you take. So with that said, I hope you have enjoyed today's podcast. I invite you to join me on this 31-day journey of 3-minute breathing so that you can feel better, you can be healthier, you can have clarity, and you can manifest and tap into the law of attraction. Make sure you like this podcast, share this podcast, and make a review of it. Till next podcast, see you soon. So here's another golden nugget that I'm going to leave you with this podcast is creating your own gratitude journal. This is something that will completely put everything in perspective in your life. And when you do this, believe it or not, it gives you a sense of peace along with your 3-minute breathing, taking the most important things that we need, right? First is our well-being. So every day you can do it at night or you can do it first thing in the morning for the day before. You're going to write down, what are you grateful about your higher self, right? What was one thing in that day that happened that was good, that made you happy for your soul, for your why? What was that reason why that day? Find that one thing that you're grateful for, okay? Number 2, you're going to find what you're grateful for in your business, right? So you're going to write that down because you have a goal with your intention and your business plan, right? Number 3, what are you grateful for of that day for your physical body? What was it that you're grateful for? Did you drink more water? Did you eat healthier? Did you make a better choice? What was that one thing you did? That's number 3. The fourth thing, okay, would be, what did you do in that day that helped, that you're grateful for your family, right? For your family. Maybe it was just telling someone in your family that they look nice, that you're grateful for them, you appreciate them. Whatever that one thing is, that's number 4, okay? And these are just suggestions. You can do your 5 list. I'm just giving you 5 points of reference so you could get an idea. You can follow this along. I have my own personal ones, and I'm giving you suggestions, but you can make a list of 5 things that you're grateful for that one day, right? And then the 5th one I would suggest for you is, how do you see yourself in others in that day? What are you grateful for that you saw yourself in others? How did you contribute back to this world in that day, right? What was your contribution? How are you grateful that you contributed back at the end of the day? That's your fifth one. So with that said, make sure that you do this on a daily basis. A good friend of mine, someone that I value, told me, sometimes I get very tired at night and I just kind of she's like, just do it in the morning. I'm like, yeah, I never thought of that. So it's all about perspective. It doesn't have to be exactly how I tell you. You can write it at whatever time. Maybe you find joy in writing it at lunch from the day before. But make sure that you write it every day in this journal. And since you're doing the 31-day process, just invite yourself to do it for 31 days. And then if you want to take it further than that, see how it feels. Be your own experiment. It's important that you take these steps if you really want to include the law of attraction, manifestation, and the 6Figure Realtor. You're listening to the podcast. You're willing to do the work. You're willing to show up for yourself. So take this time to do this for yourself. I promise that it will be life-changing. You just need to get it done, right? And it's actually a beautiful process because you're nurturing yourself. And it's important in this business to do that because we get taken away with all the tasks that we have to complete and the actual pressures that we work with. This will just give you that nice balance, focus, and clarity to be that rock for yourself and for others. So I look forward to you guys joining the group and keeping in touch with me and keep coming back to hear this podcast. And if you really like it, share with a friend. Thank you for listening. See you next week. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Bibi Bengochea. In my link bio, you will find links to get a copy of my free book and all the social medias so you can stay connected to me and upcoming events. Also, in this episode's description box, you'll have details and links for the guest information. Don't forget to subscribe to podcasts, rate, and make sure if you really enjoyed this episode, review and comment.